How would you like to develop an ability in your game so you boost your batting average and home run numbers that results in massive confidence on the baseball field so that you can embarrass, conquer, and destroy any pitcher that gets the unlucky task of facing you? Did you get that? It was pretty quick, so I'll say it again. But look, you need to stay tuned because when you're done watching this video, you'll finally have a game that requires attention from coaches and scouts literally at every level that want you to play for their team. Now, I know it sounds like hype, but as you're about to see, it is very real. And in fact, it's the secret from how I went from just an average baseball player to a current college baseball player. And now it's how I develop players like you into supreme baseball players. Hi, my name's Coach Justin. I'm the lead baseball skills trainer here at Ultimate Baseball Training, and we're one of the biggest online baseball training companies in the world. We've generated hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. We have over 26.8 thousand followers on Twitter, and we just actually started a new rapidly growing Instagram account with over 5,000 followers. Now, I don't like to brag about our credentials, but we've done well. But more importantly, our players have done well, and they've done very, very well. And we would be nothing if it wasn't for their success. Now, in the past few years, we have helped over 302,372 players all over the world take their game to the next level. Now, we deal with players of all ages, sizes, and skill levels, from middle school players to college and even professional players. But here's the best part. I pretty much have come up with the most popular training system out there that works for everybody, from the mechanics to the drills to the elite mental training. They work for all players at different levels, and they work pretty much effortlessly. And it's all thanks to the very training system that I'm about to give you. Now again, I don't say any of this to brag. I say it so that you know that I'm different, so you know that this is different. You see, I don't just talk about improving baseball players' games. I actually do this stuff, and I do it very well. And I'm going to prove it to you, but better than that, I'm going to give you all the tools you need to do it yourself. But first, I need to tell you somewhat of an embarrassing story so you understand why this even matters. So about 6 years ago, it was the summer going into my junior year of high school. It was an early Saturday morning, and this is when me and my dad, the All-American in high school, he played pro ball in the Cardinals organization for a few years. Yeah, that guy. Well, we went to train at the field, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the three of us at the field. My dad was throwing batting practice to me and my teammate Sam. Now keep in mind, this was actually the first of many times that I trained with my dad where he explained something to me that just absolutely skyrocketed my game. Normally he gives me little pointers here and there to kind of fine-tune my skills, but this day was different. I was hitting, and my dad told me to just hit one out. No rules, just hit a home run. And I knew I had power because I had great bat speed and I was a strong kid. And even though I wasn't known as a power hitter in games, all I did was work on my bat speed and power, so I knew how to hit the ball hard. At least I thought I knew how to hit the ball hard. I went into my load, the pitch came out of his hand, and I swung. Boom! I made contact and sent a screaming line drive to left center. The ball kept carrying and finally went over the fence. Yes! I was feeling accomplished, but then all of that changed. My dad took a few steps away from the L screen and started to walk towards the plate. Son, what are you doing? Do you think that stepping in the bucket and swinging out of your shoes is going to work in real games? No wonder why you can't hit a breaking ball or take anything to the opposite field. I could hear the chuckles a few feet away from Sam, but he was right. I never had much success in games, even though I had a little skill. I was crushed. In fact, it's one of the only 2 times I actually recall wanting to cry on the baseball field. I thought I was good, but I quickly found out that I wasn't. And I know I was young and still learning. That goes without saying. And this isn't one of those woe is me stories where I'm trying to get you to feel sorry for me. Because let's face it, I thought I was good. I thought I knew how to play the game and that nobody could tell me anything, but boy, was I wrong. In that moment, I felt like the biggest idiot and failure. I realized that I could hit a 40-mile-an-hour batting practice pitch, but I couldn't hit anything that spun in a real game or that wasn't right over the middle of the plate. My dad told me to throw him a couple pitches and just watch him do it. So he grabbed the bat, he stepped in the box, and he took a few swings. The first pitch I threw him was low and away, not even a strike. I'm not the greatest BP thrower in the world. And boom, in a split second, he had done what I had never done in my career. He hit an absolute bomb to the opposite field that was way further than mine, and he was in his upper 40s at that time. He made it look so easy. He didn't step in the bucket or swing out of his shoes. He just took a balanced, controlled, and violent swing. "Now throw me a curveball," he said. I wound up, I hung a curveball right over the plate for him, and he kept his hands inside the ball and hammered it to right center. You see that? Bat control. Now, he told me not to get frustrated, but that we had a lot of work to do. And that's when everything changed for me. Now, if you've ever heard this story, you know how it ends. I got to work, immediately trained hard with my dad the rest of the summer, and I improved a ton over those 3 summer months. But that's not all. A miracle happened. I went from being a guy that had no confidence in the box. I'd really been scared to hit, fear of what my coaches and my teammates would say if I struck out. And I used to not be able to beat pitchers in real games nor hit the ball with any authority. And I even struck out against any type of legit pitching. But like I said, a miracle happened. I improved so much after that summer that I ended up going from really not even standing out on my high school team to starting as a freshman in college, and the rest is history. Now, after a very successful first year of college, I actually earned a scholarship, and I was even fortunate enough to receive several different mentions about being the freshman player of the year in my conference. You know, when you train and train but never see results, it feels really good to actually see results when you're trying something new. And I learned a lot of lessons from my dad, but here was the biggest of them all. I would have never been able to accomplish what I accomplished if I didn't know how to truly train my baseball game, every aspect of it. I thought I was going to have to, I thought I was going to have trouble staying in my high school lineup, to be honest. And then just a few quick years later, I'm starting on my college team and playing against some of the best competition in the country. It's impossible. It's impossible. At least that's what I thought, and that's what it would have been if I never would have trained with an elite trainer. And I also learned the value of the little things in training that literally generate huge results in no time. I mean, literally transform my game to a superstar status in just a few weeks. And saw immediate results after that first training session where I was humiliated. Now, I want you to have that same experience, and that's why I'm not only going to show you how to train, but I'm also going to give you an entire training system, literally over 13 modules that make up Level Elite Hitting so you can dominate. Now, again, I know that sounds hypey, and in fact, it almost sounds silly telling you this story, but that's exactly what happened, and it can happen to you too. The program is proven and already tested for you, and even if you've never really trained for baseball, that's okay. This works for players at any level. In fact, if you're fairly new to training like this, you will generally see results quicker than anyone else because of the unique way the course is structured inside, but more on that in a bit. I've taken everything that I've learned from those early training days with my dad, mixed in with the training I've done in college with my hitting coach, who actually has over 3,000 professional at-bats, and that I've tested with thousands of players just like you. So I've already cut the fat. I've cut the things that didn't work or took longer to work. So now we have this automatic training system that guarantees rapid results. But that's my story. Let's talk about you. Do you feel like the most confident player each and every time you step on the field? Are you able to beat any pitcher that steps in your path? How about your bat speed? Can you create ridiculous amounts of backspin and power behind every swing you take? No? That's okay, because all of those things happen once you start training with Level Elite Hitting. And there's no delay because you don't have to spend time actually trying the drills and seeing which ones work or how many reps to do. You just watch, copy, train. With a proven system like Level Elite Hitting, you get better day after day, week after week, month after month, and it never stops working. I mean, that's the real beauty of having the Level Elite Hitting system. It is exactly that. It's a system that works each and every time you train with it. Great players, even major league players, they aren't mutants. They aren't aliens from another planet. They simply just have the best training and they know how to use it. Now that's what I want you to have. All of the best training so you can enhance your game. And I want to show you this training and how it works. But first, I need to address a big lie being told out there by these so-called online training experts that have zero baseball playing experience and really haven't picked up a bat in years. You see, the problem is today's training gurus focus all their efforts on trying to come up with the craziest innovative drill and almost no effort on how the drill even applies to real game situations. Your priority needs to be real game situational training like the training in Level Elite Hitting. And if you've been training and just haven't seen results, then this is why. It's not your fault. You just haven't been taught how to do things. Fortunately, I can teach you how to have an unfair advantage over 98% of your competition just by training with the method I've learned over the years at all my different levels of play, and the method that us college players and pros actually use, and that is level elite hitting. Here's a picture of the program and everything you get in it, but we'll talk about that more as we go on. Now, I just spent some time watching a few big league teams work out, and guess what I didn't see? I didn't see any gadgets or tennis balls. I didn't see any swing trainers or any special hitting contraptions. None of that. What I actually saw is waiting for you inside of Level Elite Hitting. So here's how it's going to work. In addition to getting some amazing bonuses, which I will go over in a bit, you're also going to receive 13 modules where I walk you through the exact training principles that you'll be doing inside of Level Elite Hitting. Now, these principles are going to allow you to have home run hitting power, lightning quick bat speed, professional hitting mechanics. You're going to become a batting average machine. You'll have top level execution. You'll be a scrappy 2-strike hitter. You'll have an unbeatable mentality. We're going to talk a lot about pre and post maintenance as well as injury prevention. So let's dive in a little bit further into the modules and what you're actually getting in each one, okay? So module 1, we're going to talk about the basic mental approach. You're going to have an approach of wanting to hit, being offensive with a weapon in your hand versus being defensive and kind of at the pitcher's mercy. You're going to realize that hitting is the hardest thing to do in all of sports if you haven't already realized that. You're going to learn how to cope with failure and learn what your ultimate goal as a hitter needs to be, which is quality at bats. Module 2 is all about bat selection. We're going to talk about the hot debate between aluminum versus wood. We'll talk about different sweet spot sizes and length and weight, a thick versus a thin handle, and how to find a bat that will allow for the greatest amount of bat speed, because that's what it's all about. Module 3, it's about the proper grip. How to establish a perfect grip every single time you pick up the bat. Is it your door knocking knuckles? We're going to talk about a major cause of swing problems. We're going to talk about where to hold the bat in your hands. You're going to learn how to cup your wrists and learn how to avoid tension so that you're relaxed in the box so that you're able to produce results. Module 4 is about stance, and you're going to realize that it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. But we'll go over open stance, square stance, and closed stances, how wide your stance should be, how much to bend your knees, an easy way to develop the perfect stance in less than 5 seconds, and how to stay comfortable in the box. Module 5 is about the load. I'm going to actually give you a quick physics lesson about overcoming inertia. You're going to learn how to properly shift your weight, where power really comes from, and here's a big hint, it's not from the load. We're going to talk about lengthening your front arm, and the biggest reason for the load is, you'll find out in the course. Module 6, the stride, how to properly stride for maximum bat speed, consistency, and power. You're going to learn why the stride gets a lot of players into big time trouble. We'll talk about overstriding, stepping in the bucket, landing on the heel, and too much weight forward, and more importantly, how to fix all of that. We'll talk about how to maintain your balance and when the swing actually starts. Module 7, it's all about your hands and head. How to avoid hitting with only one eye. That's probably a good thing, right? You want both eyes on the ball. How to recognize pitches early. How to keep your hands relaxed throughout the swing. Really the ideal starting point for your hand placement. What angle to hold the bat at and how high to hold your back elbow. Module 8 is about bat speed, how to improve your bat speed each time you step on the field. And, the donuts or weighted bat controversy, we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about mentality and how it drastically affects your bat speed. And I promise you, it makes a big, big difference. How to develop extreme torque with the lower body, how to whip the bat through the zone, and lifting weights to improve bat speed. What actually works in the weight room to increase that bat speed. Module 9, developing built-in mechanics. You're going to learn how to develop muscle memory, how to find a routine that works for you, why practice doesn't make perfect, and you're going to learn how to avoid wasting your time at the field. Module 10, we're going to talk about some common hitting mistakes and swing flaws like the cocked or tilted head, the front elbow up, back elbow too high, using your hands too much, squishing the bug, pulling your head out, casting, rolling over, lunging, dipping your back shoulder, wrapping, and some non-mechanical flaws, and we're going to cover exactly how to fix those. Module 11, I know it sounds basic and easy, but we're going to talk about how to properly get hit by a pitch. Getting hit is part of the game, so you're going to learn how to get hit properly for more confidence at the plate, a higher on-base percentage that's ultimately going to help your team win, because that's what it's all about, and you're going to learn how to roll with the pitch. Module 12, I love this module. We're talking bunting, small ball, and how to execute the game. If you can catch a baseball, then you can bunt. We're going to talk about how those two things are related. How to sacrifice bunt, but how to drag and push bunt for a base hit. That's a big one for you faster guys out there. This is going to raise your average big time. We're going to talk about how to execute hit and runs and move them overs, infield in, infield back, sac flies, all that stuff. And in Module 13, we're going to cover an advanced mental approach. So you're going to learn about counts and how to guess what pitch is coming. You're going to learn how to sit on pitches, how to create an action plan. You're going to learn about hitting off-speed pitches and lefties and junk throwers, power pitchers, hitting in different counts, situational hitting, and two-strike hitting approach. We're also going to talk about pre- and post-training maintenance as well as injury prevention and dynamic activation, including a dynamic warm-up and the infamous Pedroia warm-up series. You're also going to have complete access to my hitting drill section, and this is basically whenever we find a new drill that we like, we automatically put it in there and we show you how to actually implement it into your game so that you can get better. Now, I know what you're thinking, man, stop talking about it, just tell me the price and how to get it, right? Well, I'm sorry it took so long, but you have to know everything you're getting before you invest in something, right? So here's what we cover inside: the basic mental approach, bat selection, the proper grip, stance, the load, the stride, hands and head, bat speed, developing built-in mechanics, common hitting mistakes and swing flaws, how to get hit by a pitch, bunting, small ball, execution, advanced mental approach, pre- and post-training maintenance, injury prevention, dynamic activation, and proven to work drills, with a total value of $510 when you add all of that up, but you're not going to pay that. Level Elite Hitting is usually sold at $97, but if you act right now, you can pick Level Elite Hitting up for just $29. That's right, $29 for a limited time only. So all you have to do is click on that "Yes, I'm ready for the Level Elite Hitting System" button below. It's a big green button. All you have to do is scroll down, click on that, and complete your payment. It's super, super simple and quick, and then you will immediately be taken to a page where you can access all the modules. But I urge you to continue watching this video because we are just getting started. Along with the modules I've already mentioned, I'm also going to throw in 3 bonuses for you today. Bonus number 1, it's my at-home training series. So let's face it, some days you just can't get to the field, but now you can still do some of the hitting system at home so that you don't waste a day just sitting at home doing nothing. And this means that you can always find ways to get better no matter the circumstances. Bonus number 2 is my bat speed training system. Everyone out there is constantly searching for a few extra mile an hour to their bat speed, and this training will provide you with the tools and workouts necessary to make that happen. The more bat speed a player has, the more he will be able to let the ball travel, and bat speed buys you time. So I love this bonus, and I think you will too. The last bonus, something brand new that I just created a few days ago. It is my in-game mentality focus. It's 1 hour audio program, and we cover the mentality side of baseball and particularly hitting. This gets far overlooked, but it's truly what separates the good players from the great players. And if you want to be great, then no matter how hard you work your skills in the physical part of your game, you still have to have that it factor mentally. And this bonus is going to help you develop that killer instinct mentality practically overnight. You're really going to love this one. So your purchase of this product comes with 100% satisfaction, 60-day money-back guarantee. Make me prove it to you. This is no excuses. Try it out for 60 days, and if you're not totally and completely blown away by the results you're getting, just contact us, and we will refund your entire purchase price, and we'll do it quickly. But I definitely don't think it's going to come down to that. So let's recap. Here's exactly what you're getting. You're getting the basic mental approach, bat selection, proper grip, stance, load, stride, hands and head, bat speed, how to develop built-in mechanics, some common hitting mistakes and swing flaws, how to get hit by a pitch, bunting, small ball execution, advanced mental approach, pre- and post-training maintenance, injury prevention, dynamic activation, proven to work drills, and the 3 bonuses: at-home training, bat speed training system, and my in-game mentality audio. All of that added up is a total value of $600, but you're not going to pay $600. This is a massive 95% discount, and if you act today, you can pick up the Level Elite hitting system for just $29. $29, and you can become a better hitter right now today. So all you have to do is just click the add to cart button below, and then you can complete your payment, and you will automatically be sent directions on how to access the video course. So I really think that if you're serious about taking your game to the next level, this is the ideal first step. This is going to take your skills and yourself and your game to that next level that you've been searching for. So I'm in this. We're in this together. Let's get it. If you're ready to get down to business, if you're ready to work, click on that add to cart button below right now, and I'll see you inside the course.